Alright, I'm going to teach you all how to make your tabs for pre-booking. First of all, you're going to want to open up your tab that has been sent to you, which has your initials. You'll see up at the top there, for example here, mine's NN because that's my name. So you'll have your first initials, tab, and then the brand and the season. So you'll see this is the basic tab layout. You've got, sorry, that's my email popping up. You've got your actuals from last year with units. You'll have your projections that you've made for this season, and then there's a spot for actuals for this year. So you'll see for this example, I've already included Super Awesome Rad Stores Spring 11 actuals. So I've inserted those there. It'll show you here what your growth is like in dollars and percentage. And then it's got a spot for the PO over on the far right. Now, to insert a new order into this tab so it adds everything up into one, you're going to want to go to wherever you've saved your orders. In my example here, I've saved in my spring 2011 orders under DVS. Now this would be for Bob's Board Shop. So we'll double click on that, open it up. You'll see the summary page here with all the totals and units. Now, as I said earlier, we're working on DVS men's shoes. So you're going to want to move Bob's Board Shop's DVS men's shoe order onto this tab. So you'll find the men's shoes down on the bottom here. Before you move it, make sure that everything's been filled in correctly. He's ordered what he wants. He's ordered all the units that he wants. Make sure that he hasn't put in a 10 here instead of a 1 or something like that. Make sure the shop is filled out, and if there is a PO, make sure that is on the actual order form. If everything checks out, then you're going to move it to your tab, and to do so, you're going to right click down at the bottom where it says men's shoes, select move or copy. Now you're going to want to select from the drop down bar which Excel sheet you want to move it to. So in this case we'll be moving it to NN tab DVS men's shoes spring 11. Now you always want to put it in between the start and the finish tabs. Don't put it before or after, and make sure your orders are in alphabetical order. So because this is Bob's Board Shop, it's going to go before Super Awesome Rad Store. So click on Super Awesome Rad Store to make sure that Bob's goes in before that. Click on Create a Copy and hit OK. Now you'll see that Bob's Board Shop's order is in your tab. Right click on the actual tab so you can rename it Bob's Board Shop. Now you'll see you've got your two orders in there now, Bob's Board Shop and Super Awesome Rad Store. Now you're going to want to go back to the summary page because you're going to have to make sure your totals are all in the summary sheet. Now don't put them in manually. You want to make sure that you've actually linked the totals on the summary page to the totals on the actual order for that store. So on your summary page, you go to Spring 11 Actuals, you hit Equals, and then hit the sum up here. You'll get a pop-up window that comes up. Now go to Bob's Board Shop, and you're going to want to select the order total from the bottom of the sheet. So scroll all the way down and click on the grand total dollars and hit OK. And you'll see that it's displayed on your summary sheet. Now you do the exact same thing to get the units in there. So equals, hit your sum, go to Bob's Board Shop's order, click on total units and hit OK. Now you've got your actual dollars and your units in there. You can see that you've got your growth and your percentage change. And don't forget to put in the PO if there is one as well. You can either enter that in manually or you can just go equals, go to Bob's Board Shop's page, up to the top in the PO section, click on that cell, hit enter, and there you go, it's right in your PO section. Now, to make sure everything's totaling up, and this is the whole point of having your tabs, is to make sure nothing's been entered incorrectly, you're going to want to make sure that the total on your summary page, right here, is matching to the master total on your tab. So, click on the master tab down at the bottom, scroll down, so your grand total is $35,313. Just make sure that matches up to your summary. $35,313. So that matches up perfect. Your unit's 718. That matches up as well, so you're good to go. You're going to want to make sure that you're matching up these totals every single time you put in an order. Because if you wait and put in 5 orders and then check and the total's off, you're not going to know where the error came from. But if you put in 1, check it, and it's off, then you know that the error is on that sheet, and you can go back and troubleshoot and find the error. So once you're finished here, just hit save. Make sure that you always have your initials in front of the file name, so when you send it in, it doesn't get mixed up as somebody else's tab. Save it, and you're good to go. And that's how you build a tab.